Doctor Who has had many spin-offs, but its most recent one, The War Between the Land and the Sea, had a very questionable ending. We're going to be talking spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen The War Between the Land and the Sea, I know Disney Plus have been an absolute numpty about it, not releasing it worldwide, so if you haven't seen it, maybe give this video a miss. But if you have seen it, and you're intrigued to know what the secret original ending was, well, you come to the right place. But before we jump in, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. If you could subscribe with the notification bell on, means the absolute world. There's a button near the comments that says hype. If you press that, it pushes my video out to loads of people. Commenting helps push it out to loads of people as well. I'm just so close, and it would mean the absolute world if you could get me there. Thank you. Okay, article time. Showrunner describes original ending for The War Between the Land and the Sea. Yes, Russell T Davies has been on the case here. According to a bonus feature on the Blu-ray for The War Between the Land and the Sea, titled Interview with the Writers, writer and producer Russell T Davies originally had a different plan for how the series would end. Nothing monumental here, by the way, like there's not a fully changed plot thing, but it is interesting. In the universe, Davies explained to co-writer Pete McTighe that the scene at the end with Unit it explains for people who don't know what unit is. Unified Intelligence Task Force Chief Kate Stewart pulling a gun on a jogger, thoughtlessly tossing a plastic bottle on a beach, was originally meant to feature lead character Barclay Pierre DuPont, Russell Tovey, branching the weapon at the jogger. Interesting. Marvellous. That was originally going to be Barclay. That was going to be the ending. Marvellous. That's my Russell T Davies impression. It was a very, very bleak ending where no one's there forcing us to put happy endings on things, but this is a dark ending. There, Aquakind, God, I hate when it does this, it's so hard to read. Aquakind, all slaughtered, they're all put onto reservation and hunted by us, the humankind, and we win. When I pitched this, it was going to be Barclay on the hill that overlooks London, stopping a jogger and pointing a gun at him. Had we cast Russell Tovey? Davies asked McTighe. No, probably not. We had the scripts ready in advance, but the more we love Barclay, we started going, that's a tough ending, isn't it? It's like, wow. And then I began to think of the Accord thing, blah, blah, blah. Do I think this would have worked with Barclay? Absolutely. I don't know if I'd prefer it with Kate or prefer it with Barclay. I don't know. I think it works well with Barclay because he technically did this. He did the Accord. He did it. He killed off the entire species, unknowingly, but he still did it. And to me, it would make more sense if he sees somebody, like he's angry, he's big angry unit man, and he's lost his girlfriend. He's obviously not turned to a fish in this one, I'm assuming, like he does in the actual one. But he's lost his girlfriend, so, and it would make sense for him to pull out a gun on someone and be like, have you not seen the state of the world that we've been in? We've been in battles with the fish people for the past few weeks, and you want to throw your bottle? So it would have worked. I think it would have worked. Yeah. Do I prefer it with would I prefer it with Barclay? I don't know. I mean, I haven't got a side-by-side, so I can't pick. I like the idea, but maybe they went for the right thing going with Kate instead. But dropping that scene would have been terrible, Davies continued, referring to the scene with the gun. So then it became Kate, which was perfect. He gets the happy ending, and she gets the rest of the world on her shoulders. Yeah? Did she get the rest of the world on her shoulders? I didn't really see it as a power thing. I saw it more of like a, she's lost the plot. She's not pointing the gun because she's got a power dynamic. She's not going, pick that up because I can shoot you. She's going, I'm clearly unfit. I've lost my husband, well, boyfriend. I've not slept for about 5 months. And you've just undone all my work by putting plastic on the ocean. Pick it up. She wasn't doing it as like a power play with the world on her shoulders. So I feel like that might be, if that's how it was intended, we're all taking it wrong. And it's actually worse than how we intended it, maybe. In The War Between the Land and the Sea, an engineered virus codenamed Severance literally kills Aquakind. Assuming the original ending included the death of Salt along with most of Aquakind, it would indeed have been a very bleak ending for Barclay. However, one could argue that the bleakest development at the end of the series was illustrated by the thoughtless jogger, is that humankind's encounter with Aquakind didn't alter their attitude to the damage as they continue to wreak upon the environment and other species. Yes, this is true. I do think a lot of us, I say us, a lot of humans would have seen this play out and probably still gone to litter, because that's just what humans are like. We're evil. But I do also think, what can one person throw in a bottle on the thing? Like, it's the same with like Praxius. Is it Praxius or Orphan 55, where it's like, what can I do to save the planet? Me personally, I cannot be held responsible for the whole planet. So the jogger the jogger probably thinks that in his head. So it's an issue where, like, they don't really explain that. Maybe I'm just mental, I don't bloody know. Not only would Barclay's rage at the thoughtless human feel justified, but there could be other people who feel the same rage at the government and business leaders who conspire to cause the Aquakind's genocide. Yeah, I mean, they've put a random picture of Barclay's child here for some reason. That's interesting. I suppose being angry at the government is a way of looking at it. But like I say, like, it's how I felt after watching the Jodie episode of just like, you've had a massive go at me, but I put my rubbish in the bin. So I've just been told off at the end for littering when I don't litter. I mean, I don't know. I just think there's better ways of going about it than like, pick it up. It's good for the character of Kate. And I like the fact they show that the humans just go back to being the thing, but I don't know, there's something about that post-credit scene which I'm a bit iffy about. Recent history has proven that it's neither outside the human experience to sound the alarm on environmental damage, nor to hold protests advocating for people languishing and displaying in conflicts in other parts of the world. The series could have depicted Barclay's child Kirby and those of their generation rising up demanding change. There's a wrong use of pronoun here. Lock them up in prison. Don't really do that. A movement towards climate change would have added a hopeful note which would mitigate the tragic end to Barclay and Salt's romance, which was implied in Davis's description of the original ending. So, yeah, long story, cut down short. Originally it was going to be Barclay, Russell Tovey, who held the gun out on the civilian and was like, pick it up. I think they both work. I think Barclay's... If Salt was like, I don't want to be near you, Barclay, you killed my entire race, and went off, I'd feel like it was a good ending for Barclay, pulling out the gun on the person. Very, very good. But with the ending that we got, where Barclay turns into a fish and swims off with Salt, that, I think, works better with Kate doing it. So I think actually it's worked out the best way it could work. If they'd have kept the original plans of Salt being like, nah, I don't want to be with you no more, mate, and he goes off and then pulls out a gun on a civilian, that would work. But because that didn't happen, I'm happy we got it with Kate instead. What do you think about this ending? Let me know in the comments. Would you have rather had it with Barclay, or would you like it with Kate? What would you prefer? Like I say, I'm very close to 1,000 subs, so any subscription would mean the world. With the notification bell on, I upload every single day, so don't miss out. Like I say, boost my video, comment. There's a hype button near the comments, which if you push it, boosts my video out to loads more people. So thank you very much. If you want to help me in a monetary way, you can become a channel member. You get a shout out up here at the end of every single video. You also get access to member-only videos. Or if you don't want to become a channel member, you can just leave a little super thanks and you get a shout out at the end of the next video up here as well. Or if you don't want to do any of that, or you can't afford to, that's absolutely fine. Literally, don't bother. The free stuff's there, liking, subscribing, all that waffle. Or if you don't want to do any of that either, you can go away now and never come back, or keep coming back. I don't care. Do whatever. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.